Hey, Dipset, Dipset, Dipset. Hey, hey, Dipset, Dipset, Dipset. Hey,
political
hey,
parties, but you can't change the politics.
Dipset.
In China,
Dipset, Dipset, Dipset. Hey, hey, Dipset, Dipset, Dipset. Walking down the crib. What's up, guys? Got a great video for you today on my live. I'm gonna rip this like I like to get high, but I don't even spit. I don't even have a license to drive. So let's hit that strip club, hit that nice mall, buy all the things I see on the wall. Yeah, got Pink Floyd and got Tupac. Don't think you don't do drugs. I heard you smoke rocks. Here we, nah, I'm just joking. That's not my stilo. I don't rap. Got an interesting show for y'all today, man. For the night, I want to come back on because earlier today I did a little bit of a, viewer choice with TikTok. But now we're going to talk about DARPA, HARP, Ice Cube Neutrino, all types of things. Frequency weapons. I'm going to bring up something that I couldn't bring up earlier. But yeah, we're in the mix, man. Please enjoy the show today. I do this for y'all. I do this so y'all can direct people. Hey, you should watch this guy's interesting perspective. So yeah, we're in this. We're in this bitch. That we are. How y'all doing, man? How are y'all doing? It is Saturday night, April 25th, 2025, allegedly. In the course of these episodes I've been doing, I can't say it's 2025. I think it's 1025. Sorry about that background sound, but how are y'all doing? Scrolls, welcome in. Already up in here. Yeah, I'm right now trying to see if I'm on TikTok just to make sure. You know what I mean? I gotta make sure. Let's see. Hold on. But yeah, man, again, yes, I am good stuff. All right, I'm live. Got four. I'm gonna wait for the little people coming in. I'm just gonna talk in the background. But yeah, I got. Let's see what I'll be looking up. Yeah, a lot of DARPA videos we're gonna watch. We're gonna read up on the Ice Cube Neutrino with a video. HARP even, CERN, DARPA's Avatar project, what it aims, and how long have they been actually using conscious transferring devices? And I'm going to show y'all some things that might be alarming. Some of y'all might know. I never see no one do this in a group setting that discuss these things. It's always in, short form content. And I think growing as a group instead of, getting information, I might even say misinformed, so we can read the things together. And it isn't me telling you what I think it is. I'm telling you what these scientists are saying. But I will say one thing I found very interesting. Remember I told you guys about the video I got taken down for misinformation when it came or pertaining to a certain island in Hawaii, and it was from Northrop Grumman? That video I cannot find. I cannot find it. Maybe at the end of this, I want to look for it together. But you type Northrop Grumman up on YouTube, and they give you nothing that I'm looking for. I can't find the video whatsoever. And I think I tried. I typed in DW. I typed in frequency, riot, dispersing. I tried everything. You know what I mean? Everything, guys. And I could not find the video on YouTube. It has been wiped and scrubbed from YouTube. But are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? But before I go, I want to start this off with a TikTok video. A couple, believe it or not. It's crazy ones. And then we're going to get into that. We're going to get into all that. The Ice Cube Neutrino even. I'm gonna go back and forth from TikTok to the real paperwork because, of course, the Ice Cube Neutrino, that was one, the Sean Ryan show. And a guy came who worked in Alaska, not Alaska, Antarctica, was speaking about it and how they were also responsible for the earthquake in New Zealand. So, Coons, piece of guys, Google image search. How are y'all doing? Why am I lagging right now? Can y'all see my screen on TikTok? Am I like I'm getting this, and that is not that's interesting. Is it buffering on y'all end too? Can y'all hear me? Why is it doing that? Am I not on Wi-Fi or something? Hold on, man. Yeah, it's fine. All right, good. As long as it's fine, maybe it's just my phone. Okay. Cause it was acting weird. And let me tell you, 3 a.m. here scrolls. Damn. Let me tell you, I'm more nervous speaking about some of these things on TikTok. I'm not gonna lie. And that's terrible that TikTok has us like this. But I wanna get you guys over to the YouTube, and the only way I can do that is grasping you guys. And this is gonna be a good episode, man. I got a lot of things to show you. A lot of things. You will see the computer screen behind my head, 1,000%. And we're gonna go over them. Also, I am going to be reading your chats. So if y'all got any information y'all want to add to this, please do, because I will search it on the spot. You know what I mean? If you can direct the paths, that can wake people up to know that this is not a game. This is not a joke. Shit is real. See, it's still doing this to me, man. That's crazy work right there. Let me see something real quick. I don't like that, man. I want to see if that's coming through the computer like that as well. It's not even loading. Is it my speed? My Wi-Fi? It's always something, man. See what's happening? Look at this. I was fine all day, been fine for the past weeks. As soon as I start talking about something like this, I already knew this was gonna get like I can't. It's not even reloading, bro. Here we go. All right, good. It's showing me. So it's my phone or something. That's perfect. All right, good. I was bugging. So it's my phone or something. Yeah, I don't like that.
Is there any reason you did not pull over when I activated?
I gotta cut this off. Hold on. But yeah, all right. I'm gonna act accordingly if I can't. I was using that to read the chat though. We're gonna open this up with just the differences between America's markets and China's markets. I want you to pay close attention and listen to what this man says about the financial economic markets between China and America.
In America, you can change.
Hold on, pause, guys. Let me cut this TV down. Now that we're back to business, let's get this on. Ready? Pay attention.
In America, you can change political parties, but you can't change the policies. In China, you cannot change the party, but you can change policies.
So in that time, China ceased to be communist. Is that what you're saying?
Well, China is a...
Did you understand what he said? In America, you can change political parties, but you can't change policy. In China, you can't change parties, but you can change policy.
It's a market economy, and it's a vibrant market economy, but it is...
You think
In America, you can change political parties, but you can't change the policies. In China, you cannot change the party, but you can change policies.
so in that time, China ceased to be communist. Is that what you're saying?
Well, China is a market economy, and it's a vibrant market economy, but it is not a capitalist country. Here's why. There's no way a group of billionaires could control the Politburo, as billionaires control American policymakers. So in China, you have a vibrant market economy, but capital does not rise above political authority.
Capital does not rise above political party. That's why you guys see who's the most successful stock trader in politics today. She likes ice cream. you know what I'm saying? What's her name? That old lady? You know exactly who I'm talking about. So that means who runs our world? The banks control the policies that's enforced by the political parties that you guys switch back and forth to.
does not have enshrined right. In America, capital, the interest of capital and capital itself has risen above the American nation. The political authority cannot check the power of capital. That's why.
Whoa. I got to rewind that part right there. Right there. Listen to that again. Ready? Listen to this. This is very important.
So in China, you have a vibrant market economy, but capital does not rise above political authority. Capital does not have enshrined right. In America, capital, the interest of capital and capital itself has risen above the American nation. The political
capital has risen above the interest. Tell me that's not true. That means we can be bought. That's what that means. We can be bought. In translation, we are bought. That's another conversation. I gotta be careful.
Political authority cannot check the power of capital. That's why America is a capitalist country.
That's a good part right there.
The political authority cannot check the power of capital. That's why America is a capitalist country.
Political parties cannot. I gotta restate that again. Hold on, because that's so imperative. Hold on. I don't want to misspeak it.
Has risen above the American nation. The political authority cannot check the power of capital. That's why
the political authority cannot check the power of capital.
America is a capitalist country, but China is not. In America,
I'm going to do a video on this on TikTok so this can be referenced later. I want everyone in here, everybody that's on TikTok, everybody that's on YouTube, and I want you to take away every program biased you've ever been told or indoctrinated to believe. Go research what communism is. And the only thing you know to be communism is North Korea, and that's through our media, right? But go research. Go research. If you ever on speed stream, ask them how the people in China are that are so oppressed that our media shows them, you know what I mean? But these people all own homes. 95, 96% of the people own their own home. That's crazy. They have ghost cities, and that's because that's how they transfer their generational wealth through the procuring of properties and real estate. So they just build these real estates and no one can house them. But aren't they like the most overpopulated people? I always thought that was funny. I have to look at that narrative. How are you one of the most overpopulated people, but you have ghost cities? There's a lot of discrepancies, if you ask me. Does that not?
You can change political parties, but you can't.
I'm gonna make a video on this. Why won't they let me freaking see the chat? This is pissing me off. I don't know what I did. It won't let me see my own TikToks. It's crazy. But we're gonna go to the next video. All right. I gotta be careful with this. Nah, I'm not. I can't even show this video on here. That's crazy. I can't. Let's see.
Do you think the Middle East is better without Israel? And do you think the world's a safer place without Israel? 100%. It's not even close. Okay, we can coexist here.
I gotta restart that.
In America,
Do you think the Middle East is better without Israel? And do you think the world's a safer place without Israel? 100%. It's not even close. Okay.
Chat. Did that man lie? I'm gonna give y'all a little bit. Some of y'all know this because y'all are well informed and y'all do y'all research, right? When it comes to ISIS and you know the terrorists, quote unquote, Saddam Hussein was keeping Iran in check. You know that? Did you know that? Did you all know that Iraq was keeping Iran in check? And when a man by the name of Alex Jones, who, if you've noticed, this is how I think Alex Jones is bought, has peeled back his stance on Israel, which is funny. That's facts, by the way. He predicted the name and the attack point of the terrorist attack, the Twin Towers, and he wasn't brought into questioning at all. Why wouldn't that be the first person you bring into questioning? And allegedly, Osama was inside Iraq. when he's from Afghanistan. So why wouldn't it be in the best interest of the United States to demand Saddam Hussein to hand over bin Laden? But we didn't do that. We went over there and destabilized shit. Now, the more I hear this information, this is my opinion. I have no facts to back up what I'm about to say. I don't think that was only for the interest of the state. Because then look at the following wars that went after that. And I showed a map about this: Yemen, Sudan, Libya, Kuwait. You keep going down the line. There's more. There's more. Afghanistan, Iraq. So now that we destabilized Iraq, when Iraq was actually our friends, Iran is acting crazy. Now, that's why you're hearing all this news about Iran and their application for nuclear missiles and all this stuff. It's all chaos over there now. So do you think, after what this guy said, I repeat it,
In America.
lying?
Do you think the Middle East is better without Israel? And do you think the world's a safer place without Israel? 100%. It's not even close.
Part 3 on
You think the Middle East
Do you understand where we are as a society for something like that to be played? And I see this everywhere. Y'all have been seeing this everywhere. Anti-Semitism is on the rise. And tell me we're not feeling like Germany right now. And I'm not anti-Semitic. I'm none of that. I'm just, I like to seek history, and you call me a historian, but I'm seeing a lot of the same energy. Whenever you look across the seas and look at the text from their social media, the comments, and they're talking about Germany specifically. You got Germans saying, USA, you better watch out. USA, you better watch out. Like, we're headed towards a direction. History does repeat, or it doesn't repeat, but it rhymes. That's diabolical work right there. That is diabolical.
East is better without Israel? And do you think the world's a safer place without Israel? 100%. It's not even close. Okay, we can coexist here. You can do that in Israel.
Not really. They're operating apartheid right now. So not everybody's not living equally.
I think they're fighting for themselves and they're defending themselves.
That's defense.
Well,
when 1,200 people die,
Yeah.
of which the 1,200 you've killed, and admitted that you've killed a lot during, your handle. They wanted a reason to take the land.
I totally get
And
it.
they killed their own citizens. And they claimed that all these people got raped. That was bullshit. They claimed beheaded babies. That was bullshit.
Is it hard? Yes, yeah, Pakistan and India, yeah, I saw that too. YYJ. I saw that too. But tell me that's not the old playbook. What's the operation, people? What is the operation that the state that is not real used against Palestine? It starts with an N. Northwoods, bro. It's the same operation done over and over and over and over. And we're not fooled by it no more. I think the American people, no, that's me being egotistical, loving my country. I think the world has woken up to the complex, industrial, military. I said it backwards, but for a reason. AI is always watching. I think they have woken up. It's the only thing, because they're everywhere, man. But I also question that direction. Is it on purpose? I question everything. I question my own thoughts. You have to.
Part 3 on why Israel is America's greatest ally. In 1967, the USS Liberty was attacked ruthlessly. The ship was bombarded from all directions, sea and air. 34 Americans were killed, and over 100 were injured. What did Israel do to support their greatest ally? Turns out, they were the ones who attacked the ship. So wait, Israel were the culprits of that heinous crime and suffered no repercussions? Not just that, but they still remain America's greatest ally. Really makes you wonder who runs the world.
That is right to our face. You know what's crazy? As much shit you want to talk about Family Guy, has Family Guy ever lied? Look at the comment section. Look, you guys, I'm gonna scroll it up for you. Look, render DD under my head. And the Twin Towers. More facts than actual U.S. news. Real question, why U.S. bends over Israel that much? Yo, the comment section is diabolical, bro.
Leave a like and follow if you'd like to discover some more historic facts.
When I
Part
see
3.
stuff like that in the comments, look at comment sections and you'll know the state of the world. Not everyone's bots anymore, guys. People are awake. They are, bro. They are seeing it. And I'm about to show y'all a lot of stuff. Hit that like button. If you can send a rose, send a rose. It's just to get the algorithm that people get out there. Because after I got those galaxies, I'm not telling people to send me galaxies. That was like a one-off. Thank y'all. Thank my guy for doing that. But y'all got like pennies in there, send it because it gets to the people out here. And no, I'm not chasing your pennies. I'm chasing to get my page on the For You page because of who I am, hindered. So I got to make them money for them to push me. Dirty bastards, capitalism. Ugh. Let's go to the next one. I got a lot of them before I go. Oh, I saved. Yeah, these are all saved. All right. I'll come back to this. So, yeah, man. We're going to get into DARPA. We're going to get into Ice Cube Neutrino. We're going to get into HARP. And then we're going to get to that right now. We're going to start, though, with... Let's talk with the Ice Cube Neutrino. Y'all all know this. Let me shrink myself down. Y'all all know where this resides, right? I don't have to give nobody like a beginner in this, right? This is the Ice Cube Neutrino Detector Telescope. Many different names. Ice Cube, the South Pole Neutrino Observatory. It's a cubic millimeter particle detector made of Antarctica ice and located near the, I can't pronounce that. Oh, Amundsen. I don't know. I can't pronounce it. I can pronounce it, but I don't want to sound stupid. Amundsen, Scott, South Pole Station. It is buried beneath the surface, extending to a depth of about 2,500 meters. A surface array, ice top, a denser inner subdetector deep core significantly enhanced the capabilities of the observatory, making it a multi-purpose facility. This is what one person did say about this.
I mean, is there anything else going on down there? I mean, we just went through a lot of stuff here.
Yes, actually. There's a system known as ELF, extra low frequency. It's also a massive antenna that's embedded in the ice there. When I arrived to the facility as a tradesman and firefighter, I was read into how everything worked, because I needed for the safety of my crew to be able to battle fires and engage things appropriately. And at the onset, I was told that the ELF system is off. It's defunct, it's disabled, it is just sitting dead in the ice. But through my need to make an additional repair on something else and tracing back to a sub-panel, I was finding the circuit that I needed to lock out, tag out, and do all the safe repairs. But then I noticed that this other breaker that was supposed to be off was in the on position, and it was listed as the ELF. And I ran it up my chain. I said, what's going on here? I said, this is supposed to be off. I was told it's off now. And I was just given a hard, it's on. And that was the end of my need to know. They didn't want to tell me anything else. You have identified the circuit that you need to work on. You have been informed that you can safely do your job. Carry on. Need to work on.
Let me say, the Ice Cube Neutrino Detector records the interactions of nearly... Hold on, let me say this right. All right, let's see what it says real quick. The Ice Cube Neutrino Detector records the interactions of nearly massless subatomic particles called the neutrino. The Ice Cube searches for neutrinos, from the most violent astrophysical sources. Events like exploding stars, gamma rays, bursts, cataclysmic phenomenon involving black holes and neutron stars. Tell me how something like that, which is a telescope that observes neutrinos, is creating earthquakes. Huh? How the hell is that? How? It makes no sense.
You have been informed that you can safely do your job. Carry on.
And those are the DOMs.
So I did my job. I made the repair that I needed to on the circuit next to the circuit that I was now informed is duly on and operating. So the ELF is up and running, and that, again, is a multifaceted directed energy weapons platform.
Do you have pictures of any of this stuff?
Wait, let me say that part again. Let me say it. Listen.
is a multifaceted directed energy weapons platform.
Do you have pictures of any of this stuff?
I have a lot of pictures of me in these facilities.
Those are the doms.
They mostly just prove my presence.
See, digital
If you hand those over, I'll display them on screen right now.
Yep.
If I can get them.
I can get you pictures before you present this to the world.
I would appreciate that. Let's talk about the clear air system called Arrow,
Yes.
commonly referred.
Then
The ice cube neutrino detector is not simply a passive listening device as presented for the science that they're claiming it to do.
a listening device. Now, of course, it's telling it's a listening device for neutrinos, right? So it can observe the creation of or the destruction of stars, per se. That's what I get out of that from non-educated, non-college, non-PhD, non-doctrine terms. All right. And I guess because I'm not an expert, they think we can't understand what the fuck is being said, which is disgusting. Because I'm a millennial. You know what I mean? I think we were given more intelligence than nowadays people, but I digress. Let's continue on.
It also has the capacity to transmit. There are embedded in the ice what are called digital optical modules, DOMs. They're about the size of a basketball. The array embedded in the ice is 1 kilometer by 1 kilometer by 1 kilometer. It is the world's largest telescope. And now, because we have proven that it can transmit, it's the world's largest directed energy weapons system. The ice.
I didn't say that. Listen. I did not say that. He said that the ice cube neutrino is a directed energy something. All right? That guy said that. I have no facts to back up. I'm saying he actually works in Antarctica, so I'm just showing you guys videos. I'm just showing you evidence. I'm showing you actual documentation. You know what I mean? He's supposed to be a whistleblower on this, and I haven't seen him make no more content after this. That's another thing. This came out in, 2023, guys? This was 2023, right? Or early 2024? I'm pretty sure. But later on in that podcast, he goes and explains how there was this massive 7.6 or something like that, up there numbers, earthquake in Churchill, New Zealand, which destroyed everything. And he was whistleblowing that the ice cube neutrino was directly responsible for that. And just know the reason of this episode, we're just going through the devices that they have already on this earth that I believe they are manipulating free energy technology to create these things that they're hiding from us. Allegedly, I have no facts back what I'm saying. This is all speculation, entertainment purposes only. I'll just let you know. Again, I'm scared as hell talking about a lot of this stuff on TikTok. I am. You know what I mean? Like I got this going on right now. I can't see my screen. Like, makes no sense. Driving me nuts. Maybe get off Wi-Fi. But you know what I mean? Well, we'll just have to see what goes on, man. So I'm gonna take a chance. I'm gonna again bring a lot of preferences of discord. Hey guys, this is not real. This is not real, and that's terrible. I have to do that. It really is. Let's continue on, man. That's Ice Cream Neutrino right there. Now we're gonna go to no. I saw that yesterday. We're going to go and we'll talk about HARP a little bit. The last one I'm going to talk about is going to be the Avatar project that DARPA's doing, allegedly. So I'm going to go to their website and display a lot of this information. And scientists exploring the technology or option, like they're playing it like they don't have it already, of the transfer of consciousness into technology to force this augmented new reset, this technologically induced new reset. That's what I believe this is, straight up, which will also be a little bit of mixture of the religious scripture, canonized text of the Antichrist from all Abrahamic religions, which they all match up, Judaism, Christianity, and Islamic. They're all the same story with different variations, but same outcomes, same parties, same players, same storylines, except for the Muslim, like little variations off. The Muslim has one eye and all this stuff. Third temple's all in it. It's all the same stuff. But we're going to go to HARP. HARP stands for the High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program. It's a scientific research facility located near Gakona, Alaska. That's a weird name. Gakona, Alaska. Focused on the study of the ionosphere, a region of the Earth's atmosphere. HARP uses a powerful high-frequency radio transmitter to excite a specific area of the ionosphere for scientific observation. Now, what is one thing? You know what's one thing you're going to find in common with all this stuff? Frequency. Frequency. Later on my episode, or later today when I was on live, we were looking at the actual purpose of the Eiffel Tower and how that had direct correlations or connections to Nikola Tesla and them trying to transmit electricity via Wi-Fi, damn near I say. So I like going into things like this. I know my following likes to talk about stuff like this, and we are people that like to be informed properly so we can engage in conversations to wake people up to know their observable realities are fake. So that's why we do this. And this is what my show's all for, man. Here's a more detailed explanation. Ionosphere research. HARP's primary goal is to understand the behavior and properties of the ionosphere, including how radio waves interact with it. That's the only reason they have HARP, not weather modification. That is a scam. That is a conspiracy. All right? I'm here to tell y'all, we only talk about the truth on this app. We will not spread misinformation, okay? HARP is not a weather device. Allegedly. High-powered transmitter. The facility features a high-powered, high-frequency HF transmitter called the ionosphere. Look, did I just get kicked off of here? I think I just got kicked. Look, I just got booted. I said it's not. You know what I mean? So I'm going to win this appeal, so I got to appeal it. That's diabolical. I told you I was afraid to talk about certain things, but I did it right. I covered my ass. So I'm going to go and appeal this real quick. But it's not going to stop me from the show. That's terrible, guys. I knew it, you know, but that's why I protected myself and said it is not. I'm starting to learn a little bit. I'm starting to. So we'll see what it says. Look. Let me put y'all on real quick. Updates. Violation, right? Violation. What's my violation? Misinformation. What, Steve? No, it's not. That is so diabolical. Yeah, appeal, 1,000%. I have to, because I didn't do nothing. Look, I want to see the clip. I gave no misinformation. They try to give you evidence. And we talked about Israel. I can't believe that, man. The facility features a high-powered, high-frequency HF meter called the Ionospheric Research Instrument, IRI. The transmitter can temporarily excite a specific region of the ionosphere. HARP also utilizes a variety of scientific instruments, including radars. It won't let me. Fuck. Sorry guys, that shit just pissed me off, man. And let me get past all that. Conspiracy theory. Here's the conspiracy theory of the situation. The show must go on. Right. You go. Yeah, they got me, Amber. While HARP is a legitimate scientific research facility, it's also been the subject of numerous conspiracy theories, including claims about weather modification and mind control. However, these claims are not supported by scientific evidence, according to the science feedback. See, and I said that. Did I not say that, people? You know what I mean? So for the simple fact that they try to do this, I know I'm going to win the appeal because I try to really conduct this as professional as possible in a world where we must navigate what we say when it comes to content creation, especially if you want to be successful in it. And you'll learn that, like, if you're a person that's constantly getting banned, and I'm still going to get banned because I always got to test the limits, but I don't get banned every week. You know what I mean? I go through my year stints or 6 month stints or whatever, and I try. I usually hit 100K to 150K. Once it starts moving, then they get me because they don't want me hitting 1 million. They really control my numbers. They do. I've been had 500 1 million followers already. Ben would have had that. I was at 300,000, growing, running, boom. And motherfucker. Yeah, how hard that's one of the most self-defeating things, because I'm a person, again, addict. And I'm sorry this is off topic, but I know all of you understand what I'm about to say. I was a AKA, you could say, quote unquote failure. You know what I mean? As in a loser on how I was living my life. And then I find something that I'm passionate about, something that I'm very good at, regardless of my appearance, regardless of my past, regardless of all the destructive things I've done in my own life, to, you could say, seek or have validation towards redemption. You know what I mean? And they took it from me. And it's crazy, the comparison when you look at it, when you're trying to do the right thing. I find that doing the right thing now is harder. It's so much harder. And you can say it's my rebellious side. I'm just staying rebellious. No, I'm not. I'm awakened to my reality. And I appeal approved. Look at that shit. Look at that. And I can't even, I got to end this stream, man. I want to get TikTok back on here. Guys, come right back. All right. I'm going to have to say part 1, and I'm going to have to do part 2. Come right back, and I'm going to start right here. All right. I'm just going to start it and cut it off. Cut it off and cut it back on. That shit sucks, man. Dr. Dre, Dylan been with me. Hey, Dylan, we going.